Wait. Whatever happened to over-the-ear headphones?
Well, Apple's AirPods happened, that's what. They are arguably the best way to experience wireless headphones with your iPhone. You know, the excellent auto switching, noise cancellation, and all that other magic. But unless you want to spend $500 plus on AirPods Max, you're using earbuds.
That's quite a shame, as I'm not a huge fan of earbuds, especially if they have silicone tips. This makes me realize I miss using over-the-ear headphones. Is there really nothing for me?
Well, there is a new pair of over-ear headphones with a lot of the Apple magic without the max price. Meet the Beats Studio Pros.
Beats?
There haven't been new over-the-ear headphones from Beats since 2017, and despite companies like Sony, Bose, and Apple making big improvements to their headphones, especially to active noise cancelling, Beats is still using micro USB and selling for $350.
That was the same price they launched at. I mean, it's just sad to see. This is Beats, the same company that a decade ago popularized the whole idea of over-ear headphones. See them languish like this, it's just sad.
Oh yeah, I remember everyone having huge and bassy Beats headphones. I was definitely not cool enough for those.
Well, you won't have to worry about that anymore, because the new Studio Pros are a lot more mature.
Despite appearances, almost everything here is new or improved. New speaker drivers, plusher ear pads, improved active noise cancelling, transparency and microphone quality, and a USB-C port with wired playback. There's even a 3.5mm port, which is refreshingly not new. These also continue the trend of Beats appealing to everyone regardless of ecosystem, meaning it includes all the same Android fast pair and device switching tricks that we saw in the Studio Buds Plus on top of the usual Apple luxuries. Though not quite all of them, as these still lack some features like audio sharing and automatic device switching.
How kind of them. I did joke about this in our last Beats review, but I do wish that Apple would afford some of the benefits to Android users with their AirPods, but it appears that Beats will fill that role instead. In fact, these are the first headphones without an H chip to feature head-tracked spatial audio.
And check out the Settings app and Control Center. These feel exactly like AirPods here, while they also remind me how much I love over-ear headphones.
Performance-wise, these do a good job of holding their own against stalwarts like the Sony XM5s. Despite the Beats coming in at $50 less, these two are pretty evenly matched. Surprisingly, the Beats are more neutral than the XM5s, which skew a bit bass heavy. This may not be to your liking if you want some extra thump in your songs. That said, a lot of people prefer to hear a signal closer to the artist's intent.
It's clear that the company has grown a lot since their pre-Apple days, when their products were known for nothing but bass.
I agree, I really like the neutral sound.
As for noise cancelling, the Sonys do a better job of handling low and high frequencies, while the Beats are better at everything in between. It means the Sonys might be ideal for something like cutting out engine noise from a plane, while you may want to go for the Beats if you're using them in a chatty office or coffee shop.
I found the ANC mics in the Beats to be more sensitive to wind noise, sounding quite harsh and sharp. Otherwise, the ANC transparency are similar to the XM5.
They also improved the microphones, which is to say that you're clear enough to understand, but also clearly still using a headset mic. Anytime a company says they've improved their microphones, they don't actually mean that they're good now, just that they're usable.
Now, when it comes to features, you can get higher quality audio with the wired USB mode. Plugging into your device enables lossless from Apple Music, and Tidal, and Amazon, and so on and so forth.
Oh, I love the sound of that. Does it work with an iPhone over Lightning?
No.
Where it does work, however, you get access to a few EQ modes: the Beats Signature profile, an entertainment profile, and a conversation profile. Plus, there's no ANC or transparency when using USB playback, though there's no reason this couldn't come in a future update.
Now, when you're using these in USB mode, they obviously charge. But better yet, you can also charge them while using them in Bluetooth, unlike the XM5s. Now, comfort is a bit of a mixed bag. When you put these things on, they are snug, and you feel it.
This is in part due to the clamping force being unchanged from the previous model. Between this and the ear cups being fairly shallow and small, these can almost feel like on-ear headphones. The pressure and discomfort went away after wearing them for a bit though, at which point they felt perfectly fine. And thanks to a nice wide headband, I didn't experience any of the crown fatigue, which both the XM5s and AirPods Max are susceptible to. These might actually be a better choice for the gym. Thanks to the extra clamping force, they stay on much better during exercise than something like the XM5s, which I found fell off quite easily.
My issue with over-the-ear headphones is feeling them press against my glasses, which I hate. However, I actually didn't notice that at all with these. Weirdly, where I feel the pressure is below my ears at the jaw joint. I can get used to it, but I wasn't expecting to feel them there.
You know, I actually felt the same thing and also got used to it. The glasses, though, that's still going to be an issue.
Why is that?
Well, I'll tell you right after a word from this video's sponsor, War Thunder.
War Thunder is a free-to-play military game with an emphasis on realistic damage. Take the helm of thousands of historically accurate vehicles, light tanks, heavy tanks, tank destroyers, air combat fleets and barges, and play the game however you want. Amazingly, War Thunder has been on macOS for a decade. So get started today and play for free on Mac, PC, or the console of your choice by heading to the link below to claim your bonus pack.
Now, Stephen, why are glasses a problem?
Unlike something like the XM5s, these don't actively compensate for a gap in the seal.
So while these beats sound good in a best case scenario, your results may vary depending on how you wear them.
In our tests, the Sony's and AirPods Max gave us consistent results across multiple tests, whereas the Beats showed different measurements every time. They're also missing other pretty standard smart features that we'd expect, like transparency kicking in when you start talking, or music pausing when you take them off.
So they're kind of dumb headphones there. I do have to admit, they do look nice, even in this brown color, which many will wrongly overlook. The other colors, navy, black, and sandstone, are decent too.
Yeah, I really like the navy color. It reminds me a lot of the Midnight MacBook.
But the smudges?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be worried about it, but that color is just too nice and I don't care anymore. Though I do think most people will go for sandstone.
So the design is exactly the same as the Studio 3s?
Yes.
And Beats is clearly proud of this fact, banking on an iconic design to help them sell units. But I'm not sure that that's the right move. If I saw someone walking around with these, I'd probably just think they're the old model and ignore them.
Yeah, I really am curious what a modern interpretation of this Beats design would look like.
Redesigns can be risky. Look at Bose, who abandoned theirs after just one attempt. On the other hand, Sony's new design for the XM5s are a radical departure, and even sacrificed some function for form. But despite that, they've hit a level of mainstream appeal that used to exclusively belong to Beats. Seriously, these things are everywhere now.
The Beats also have the least flexible ear cups of the bunch, meaning that they're easily the worst choice for one-eared usage, something which I frequently like to do.
This old design is still pretty usable. Compared to the XM5s and the much more expensive AirPods Max, these actually do something called folding, which also means that they fit nicely into their small case. And yes, it even comes with an actual case. And look, there are even physical and clicky buttons on the ear cup. I hate touch controls, so I'm happy to hear this.
But do you like hearing it though? Yeah. These have a really prominent and frankly cheap sounding click whenever you use them. It's so annoying, I try to just avoid it altogether, use my phone instead.
It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
You know, I personally have the Sonys, they cost $50 more, and you know, between the two, it's close, but I think I'd still buy the Sonys again.
Oh.
You know, I like to travel, so the noise canceling is better for that. I like a bit of extra bass in my songs, and it's so nice to put them on and feel like I'm wearing a cloud.
But the Beats are definitely better for working out in, and having all the fancy Apple features is nice.
Jonathan said, for example, it can read your messages out to you. And since you can use Siri to reply, you don't need to pull out your phone as much.
You know, the Beats are good, but overall, I just don't think they're the ones for me.
Interesting. It is really nice that Beats has finally updated their iconic over-the-ear headphones.
For the last half-decade, they've given a lot of attention to the many earbuds in their lineup and left people like me to almost forget about the over-the-ear option. Until now, for a good set of Apple headphones, you need to swallow a huge price jump over the AirPods Pro.
Sure, these have better frequency response, ANC and transparency, and mic quality, but they're just in a completely different price category. Now though, these are much more reasonable, and for someone who wants to stay in this ecosystem, these are a great choice. Oh no, the train! Put on your ANC headphones!
Thanks for covering your ears with this MAC address.
If you're excited that there's finally cheaper ANC over-the-ear headphones, give this video a like.
And if you want to see how long it takes for Beats to release another pair of headphones, you may as well subscribe.
I'm curious, in the comments below, how many of you are over-the-ear headphones people, or do you all just like earbuds?